Hi, good morning. I'm James with Focus Plumbing. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am well, thank you. Is my van parked okay?
Sure.
It's my understanding that you have a plumbing issue this morning. Can I put on my floor savers and come inside?
Of course.
Our straightforward pricing guide breaks down your problem and shows you several options to best serve your needs.
Pow! Segment 4. The Business Titan Show, and we are $750,000 into the show. And are you ready for this? Business Titan Jerry Zimmerly of Focus Plumbing, welcome back to the show.
When do I get to say pow?
You
I
can.
miss that every time.
Say it.
What do you do? Do you
You just go pow!
pow?
There you go.
There you go.
Inducted. Thank
I
you.
used to get so much heat for doing pow, but now it's such a branded item. People come up to me and go, pow, can I buy you a drink? I'm like, yes, you can. All right.
Awesome.
Jerry, we got lots to talk about.
Cool.
You know, Focus Plumbing comes in every month because they want to create a relationship with you. So now we're going to get, last month we talked all about some of the great things that Focus Plumbing's doing, but now we're going to do something that's going to help you. We're going to talk about that water heater. You know, the one that's stuck in that closet you never open up, and it's just there, and it's just there. And you don't even open the door to the closet until something goes wrong. We're going to talk about why you shouldn't be in that situation today with Jerry Zimmerly and hashtag Shark Tank, Nicole Taylor Sharp. Go.
Well, Jerry, it's a new year. Lots of people take this time to evaluate what they should be doing with their lives moving forward. And I had a question for you about what people should be thinking about for their annual, I want to keep my plumbing systems healthy so I don't walk into 2 inches deep of water where my water heater is. And you gave me some tips on what consumers should be doing for each year to keep their plumbing systems healthy and keep them out of hot water, running out of hot water, so to speak.
You know, Nicole, it's pretty simple, right? When our car starts to go bad, it'll start to smoke and it does all those things. But what really happens is we just need to see the water heater. It doesn't have any warning signals. It doesn't say, hey, in a year from now, I'm going to go out and leave you stranded. And basically the warning sign is this: squish, squish, I have a flood. Or we go to hit the handle and we got nada.
And it's just cold. So
And it's just cold. So it's time to do something about that.
Okay, so Jerry, when it comes to water heaters, what should one do as a responsible homeowner to make sure they don't run out of hot water or end up being ankle deep in water? What should you do?
Well, and I feel a little guilty for saying this, but obviously you got to call Focus.
That's right.
Okay, and the number is Focus 1-800-24. And the reason why you got to call Focus is because we're going to send out an expert, and they're going to help you, and they're going to tell you. There's a few things that we should do every year to our water heater, Nicole. We should flush it, and it obviously needs to be inspected. This little handy dude.
Yeah, what is these nunchucks, Bruce Lee?
Yeah, right. And
What is that thing?
that's an anode rod, and we can talk more about that when Nicole
Can I see
asks
it?
me about it. Yes, you can.
I'm gonna play with your anode rod.
While we're playing with that, let me tell you basically what it is. We have a lot of hardened minerals in our water here, and it needs something to eat. Minerals eat things, okay? And so this is the sacrificial rod that goes in your water heater. The reason why it's in the form of nunchucks is because sometimes when we put a water heater in, there's no clearance on the top.
Right, on the top.
So this allows us to go in with a foot of clearance and then another, you know what I'm saying, versus a 5-foot rod.
Right.
So what that does is all the minerals eat that first. That's the effect we want, instead of eating your tank.
Now, you were telling me before we got started that when you pull these out of a water heater that's been there a while, that all this is gone.
It's
And
all
that
gone.
There might be that. Or
There
maybe
might
this.
be that, or the little string that goes through. I've seen a lot of pretty cool things. If you Google it online, anode rods, you get quite a variety of pictures. But they all say the same thing. Hey, this water that you're putting into your water heater is corrosive. It needs a place to go, and that's what it does. So it's just really cool. We pull out the anode rod and we stick another one in. We flush your water heater. Can you imagine most water heaters that I have seen, that I have taken apart, have this white sludge in it
At the bottom.
at the bottom? And so not only are you heating the water, but you're heating the sludge. Can you imagine how inefficient that is?
I'm thinking about opening up my mouth in the shower and having that sludgy water come through.
Right.
So you want it. So you want to flush a water heater once a year and check the anode rod, not just to extend the life of your water heater, but it probably gives you better tasting and cleaner water.
You know, it surely couldn't hurt, and we know it's more efficient. And we also know that water heaters come with a warranty. And it says on that warranty, and we honor a lot of them at Focus,
Right.
It says on that warranty you have to flush your water heater for that warranty to be valid. Hello, your car warranty. It's no good if you don't ever change the oil in it, right?
And believe me, these warranty companies, if they, oh, I need a new water heater, and they're like, did you flush it? And you say, no, I never did. They could literally say, too bad, so sad.
They could. I haven't seen a lot of that.
Right.
But hello, what do you want? What do you want to do? If you take care of that water heater and we come out and we inspect it, what you're going to find, I think the most important thing is the anxiety level. Do you like the surprise of the water heaters out today? Or if we know it's going to be 5 years, we can project what that cost is going to be, what it's going to cost to get a new one. You know, we have financing, but all that stuff is more attractive when it's not an emergency situation, right?
That's right. I can tell you that for a fact. When you got an emergency situation, you are gripping. It's just so much nicer to just get an oil change in your car or get your hot water heater flushed out so you didn't have to deal with that.
Everybody knows us with Absolute Flood for years.
Right.
Hello, that's what we did, is we dealt with water heaters that people didn't check
Every
up
day.
on.
Every day. How many
Every day.
floods are in Las Vegas every
this
day?
is an astounding figure. It's old.
Right.
600 floods a day in the valley.
Wow.
Inside water coming out. 600 floods today right here in Las Vegas, rain or shine.
So
Wow.
Focus Plumbing would like to avoid those inside floods, those 600 floods a year that are happening in the valley. So you recommend once a year, Jerry, that a water heater should be flushed out, the anode rod should be checked. And my question is, can homeowners do it themselves, or do they need to be calling a professional?
Obviously, you need to call a professional. You know, I have never saved any of my money in my life saving money or taking a shortcut. And the reason why we send out a professional is we have a journeyman licensed plumber. And if something were to go wrong, they say the last one that touches your water heater owns it.
Right.
Okay? So if something were to go wrong and you did it yourself, your insurance company's not going to be as impressed with that as they are if they can follow up with a licensed plumber who came out and touched this water heater and did this work to it, and now it's flooded your home. Who do you want to be the last one to touch your water heater?
I think that is the $1 million line of the day. Are you the last person that touched your water heater? You know what that means? You own it.
You own it.
You own it. I have one quick question. To do all this stuff, do I have to take the water heater out of the house? Do we have to roll it out to the front yard and drain this thing and then put it back in?
Danny, it's so easy. All you do is call Focus, tell them you want to be a lifetime member. They'll come up for $14.95. They'll sign you up. The guy will come out to your water heater. He doesn't move it. He doesn't touch it. He can service it right there. He can tell you how long it's going to last, give you an idea of when it's going to go out, tell you what that replacement would be, see if your needs have changed since you bought that water heater. If you bought it 8 years ago, hello, your kids might be all moved out. You may not need that same capacity. There's a million things that change. And we tell customers this, well, how much does it cost? I don't know. Well, what do you got? Why do you have to come out? Well, can you guess what color tie I have on today? No, you can't do that from here, and I can't guess what your plumbing is. We need to come out and see it. We need to get our eyes on it because it's too complicated to guess over the phone.
Because for that $14.95 a month for the Diamond Club, you're just not inspecting the water heater. You're inspecting 323 points of importance on a plumbing system in a house.
Absolutely.
So
and then
how
we're
do they-
logging it, and then we're telling you about it, all the little valves. We just keep track of it for you.
So how do we get the process started, Jerry?
1-800-FOCUS-24, all day long.
Perfect.
That's right. Okay. There you go. We've been around the world. Now it's time to go home. We'll see you next week on the Danny Vegas Live
Can we say
Show.
pal?
Pow!